Nolan Well friends have finally made good on their promise. They're now threatening Al Sharpton in this leaked document. So they sent Al Sharpton this particular document, giving him an ultimatum that I believe almost certainly Al Sharpton is not going to cooperate with. And they're going to have to actually go through with this.
Al Sharpton has barked himself up the wrong tree.
They're talking about Al Sharpton like Al Sharpton is this peon or something, man, that they could bully.
There is a lawsuit and a pursuit of a lawsuit against him for defamation against Warren, Jax, and Morgan. And I don't want to hear none of y'all say that they just asking questions. No, they have put out false information with no evidence against these young boys. And let me tell you this, and I want everybody to be very clear about this. The days of hoodwinking, the days of bludgeoning white people, accusing them of things they didn't do, leveraging the power of the civil rights movement against innocent people, those days are over.
Let's get through this document. So obviously it's coming from Tyler Cox, and they're representing Warren, Jax, and Morgan, as you guys just heard. Now, the lawsuit starts off like super, now, again, not even a lawsuit, it's like a demand letter, it's a warning, but it starts off super petty, right? It starts off saying, hey, all right, this letter should come as no surprise to you since you recently welcomed a lawsuit against you, boasting at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention. Yo, here's the thing, bruh. These people, this is how you know this is not done in good faith whatsoever, right? And they're doing themselves no favor. You start off this demand letter that's gonna be presented to the public, that's gonna be presented to the Black community with, oh yeah, this is come as no surprise to you because we heard you was popping it at the National Association for Black Journalists. Oh yeah, we heard you was popping it. So now we popping it too. It just seems so vindictive, so petty. Like this is not the best way to start off like this quote unquote lawsuit or demand letter. And these boys are looking more terrible as the days go by. So they continue, okay? So here is the quote from Al Sharpton. But I will say this on stage. I want them to sue me first. I want to depose your son. If you sue, the plaintiffs are deposed. And let's go to civil court, any kind of court you want to go to, because you can't make this make sense. We're happy, again, the petty stuff. Oh, we are happy to grant your wish. Unless you comply with the demand set forth in his letter, we will immediately be filing suit against you. However, we're pleased that you too welcome deposition. But the problem here is, the question here is, what exactly are they suing Al Sharpton for? What are the defamatory statements they're claiming that Al Sharpton made? The defamation they're suing Al Sharpton for is absolutely laughable, and it just screams desperation. This just reeks desperation. So they're claiming that Al Sharpton was on TMZ, and he spoke on the events surrounding this Nolan Wells death and why he's involved in this case. And they go, Al Sharpton wrote, I was, first of all, stunned at the fact that this young man is going out. He and 3 friends. He Black, they white. And I'm reading this exactly how they quoted it, so you could truly see how they're reaching at straws, in this case have no legitimacy whatsoever. They go, a day later, his mother and them start searching for him. No one comes forward. And then they find out after 2 days that they claim his body was washed up and that they have given his cell phone and his keys to one of the 3 friends, saying he didn't want to go back from Horn Island with them. What about that is defamation? What about that is an accusation? He just listed the facts of the case that were already public. But here's the thing. He didn't name these kids by name. He says that like 3 friends. Bart could have been one of the friends. The other quote unquote white folk, bro, wasn't there like 30 white folks that came with them all on a boat? So Al Sharpton didn't even say their name, didn't even allude to which one of the 3 friends he's referring to, but he continued, okay? And he says, have they brought these 3 young men in for questioning under oath? Again, question mark. You would get, so they go, you would get left no doubt who you're referring to when you stated, how does anybody say that, oh, no race played a role, unless you know the 3 guys and the 3 guys were forthcoming? Again, that's a question. Hey, how do you guys know they're telling the truth if you guys don't know these people? That's a question. They're setting themselves up to get just brutally destroyed, man. Because if you go to this quote unquote defamation suit and you move forward with it and you guys lose it, most reasonable people will see you lose the defamation case and say, yeah, Al Sharpton didn't defame y'all. But there's a portion of the internet that you guys are fighting against for some reason, right? If y'all lose this defamation case, it's gonna be confirmation for some people that they were involved in Nolan's death. Fair or unfair, that's what people are gonna say. Why put yourself in this position? This is not defamation at all. I'm not even an attorney, and this is not defamation. So there you go. Continuing your racist vitriol, you further identify your targets when you says you got to look at the possibility of racism at different levels. 1, were any of the 3 guys racist? You later asked, have they interrogated the 3 young men? Again, he asked, you got to look at racism at all levels. Were any of the 3 guys racist? Again, he's proposing a question. I don't know who was bankrolling this or who was funding this, because I don't know. If Warren, Jax, and Morgan, if they're the ones that are wasting their money on this, bruh, oh my God. Y'all wasting y'all money, bruh. This is a money grab. Bruh, this is not going anywhere, in my opinion. So then they will also continue and they will say, you clearly intended that your audience would know exactly who you were talking about when Warren, Jackson, Morgan, your full defamatory statement set forth below contain lie after lie about each of the 3 young men. So here is what they're saying is the defamatory statement. There you go. I was, first of all, stunned at the fact that this young man is going out. He and 3 friends, he black, they white. A day later, his mother and them start searching for him. No one comes forward. So they're saying no one comes forward is defamatory. And then they find out after 2 days that they claim his body was washed up and that they had given his cell phone and his keys to one of the 3 friends saying he didn't want to go back from Horn Island with them. Well, first of all, it's very, very unlikely for most 18-year-olds to ever give up their phone. But if you're going to stay on an island and nobody's there other than people, tourists, or partiers, why would you want to give up your cell phone? Now, they're saying this is the full defamation right here. Then when they track the cell phone down and find out which one of the young men had it and his keys, which they first said they didn't have, then he had to admit he did. All of his phone, text messages, everything on the phone had been erased. So what hit me strange, 1, he's missing without a cell phone. 2, you lie about whether or not you had the cell phone and the keys. And 3, everything's erased from the cell phone. That's too many unanswered questions for us not to say that something is amiss here. Here's the thing, and here's where, okay, this is not defamation. Nolan Wall's father told a story of when they pulled up. Again, when they pulled up, Jack says, I can't find the keys. We don't got the keys, according to Nolan Wall's father. And it was a girl who hopped on the phone and said, oh no, the keys is on top of somebody's Xbox. If it was Jack's, I don't know, but one of the friends said it. Al Sharpton is just repeating what he heard publicly. This don't arise to the level of defamation at all. You'll have to prove that this exact statement right here from Al Sharpton, caused pain and suffering. No, these statements were already out there. He repeated what the parents said. You can't sue Al Sharpton without, again, if a Nolan Wall's father lied, which he has no reason to lie, I don't think he's lying. But if y'all saying no, that's not true, that they didn't say they didn't have the keys, then that's for Nolan Wall's father, not for Al Sharpton. But even if Al Sharpton says, okay, Al Sharpton misinterpreted the phone thing, but he was right about the keys. I don't think people understand, the level of specifics and the criteria you have to reach for defamation. Defamation has to be intentional. Defamation has to be malicious. This just tells me no. Like Al Sharpton said phone instead of saying just keys. The keys were still missing. They said they didn't have the keys. Then they found the keys in the crib. How is that defamation? I don't know what everybody's obsession is with like Nolan Wall's birthday celebration. Tatum did like a 30-minute video on how like Jamal Bryant and other people were speaking at the celebration they didn't like. But these people are obsessed with this birthday celebration because they also brought it up as well, okay? So during the birthday celebration, they're claiming, that Al Sharpton said these particular words right here that they claim was, I guess, defamatory towards Warren Jackson Morgan, okay? So the statement was, he had friends in a community in Ocean Springs, and as one would do with friends, holidays you spend together, on the 4th of July of this year, he and 3 young white male friends, people he was acquainted with, decided to go to Horn Island because that's where a lot of the festivities happened. Hours later, the 3 friends came back and he was not with them. And that is where the mystery happened. When his parents recognized he was not back at a certain time, they started calling around and they found out that he had not come back with 3 friends, and that's where it gets cloudy. What the friends knew, when they knew it, why they didn't hand over the cell phone over right away when it was clear he was not back with them, the keys, all that needs to be litigated. But he's not lying, right? Like, they had the phone. They had the phone, for a period of time. Nolan Wall's mama realized that Nolan Walls was missing around, like she said, around 8 p.m. Warren didn't call her until about 10-ish, I was told, right? Around like 10 p.m.-ish, right? Because she called Nolan's phone around 8 p.m. a couple of times. He didn't pick up. She ain't think nothing of it. Warren called her around 10-ish. Now, by 10, Warren had already discovered that he or they or whoever were in possession of Nolan's phone because Warren told the mama that they were in possession of Nolan's phone. So they continue and they claim that this statement is defamatory because, according to them, is contrary to multiple lies in a defamatory statement. They said the truth is Warren, Jax, and Morgan did not touch Nolan's cell phone or keys on July 4th. This is so sneaky. This is so sneaky, bruh. You know why this is so sneaky? Because Wyatt is who had Nolan's phone. But they all came back together. So they're just grouping everybody together. Yo, Wyatt had his phone. Warren alerted the mama, oh yeah, they got his phone. We got his phone, according to the mama. So it's so sneaky because Wyatt had the phone, but Wyatt was a part of the group. Which is why, again, it's not defamation because Al Sharpton never said the name. So you can't tell the court, hey, he was talking about Warren, Jackson, Morgan, and not Wyatt and Bart. Oh, he was talking about, no, when he says they had the phone, he was talking, no, how? He never said a name. He never said a name. He said Wyatt. No, he said the friends had the phone, right? The friends had the phone. But let's continue, man. Yo, these people, bro, these people are so slick, bro. If Wyatt had the phone or the keys and y'all all came back together, he's grouping the grouping. The group had the phone and the keys. So he continues and he says, Warren, Jackson, Morgan did not access Nolan's phone. They never said they did. Al Sharpton never said they did. Al Sharpton simply said, yo, things were deleted from out that phone. Who did it? He don't know. Warren, Jackson, or Morgan did not erase anything on Nolan's phone. Warren, Jackson, or Morgan did not tamper with anything on Nolan's phone. Warren, Jackson, or Morgan, like many other of his friends, did come forward, contacting not only Nolan's family, but also the Coast Guard, and even returned to Horns Island to search for Nolan. Warren, Jackson, and Morgan did not have any knowledge whatsoever the tragic death of Nolan Wells. Okay, right? Now, let's continue. So they gave a factual background where they're claiming, this is like the GPS data. They didn't do anything wrong. Here is like their particular evidence. They're claiming, look at the pictures. This is them boarding the boat. But where are the pictures of them docking on their way back? Where's the pictures of them hopping off the off the boat when they got back? right? So they have evidence for everything, but they don't have evidence for that. Now, yeah, this particular thing we already saw, right? So right here, they says, while Warren, Jax, and Morgan were there, Nolan seemed in good spirits and enjoying Independence Day. Below are pictures of Nolan amidst a large group of young people at approximately 1:55 p.m. Yo, showing Nolan at 1:55 p.m. does nothing for the theory of where was Nolan at 3 p.m., where was Nolan at 4 p.m., where was Nolan? Okay. And they show like more like GPS data. These threats are a big nothing burger. I think at this point they're panicking, they're grasping at straws. Al Sharpton is an attorney. I think Al Sharpton is an attorney, like I'm not sure. But Al Sharpton has been around the legal system his entire life if he's not an attorney. I think Al Sharpton is wise enough to know when is defamation and when it's not. And he never said their names at all. And much of what he said was him proposing questions and not making statements. So I don't know where they go thinking that this is gonna scare Al Sharpton or scare anybody, but this is crazy, bro. Like, yo, if this is what they got on Al Sharpton, hey man, good luck, okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out why Officer Tatum is now accusing Nolan Wall's mama of this illegal scam. I'm gonna see you guys in this Tatum video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.